All right, Gherkin part 2. The reason it's part 2 is I was going to do a video showing you guys how to set up a section perspective and found out that you could not create mass floors using the method that I showed you in the last tutorial. So I played around with it a little bit, and the first method that I talked to you guys about by basically creating circle profiles as you go up that correspond with the diameter of the form. That is the way to do it to set up mass floors. So what we'll do first, in 3D, you can use the mass that we set up as a base, and then use that as a base for the skin, or you can just use it as a base for setting up these profiles, because going in and setting all the plan images probably will take longer, and since we don't have to be super precise in the geometry, we just got to get it close. We can do it this way and kind of cheat a little bit. So what we'll do is set, and then we'll just click on the level. If you click on the level after hitting set, that changes to placement plane to that corresponding level. And then we'll just take our circle drawing tool, drag it out, and then keep doing that as you go up. Now you can create as many as you want to get it accurate, but I'm just going to do a couple, so pretty much where it's at its fattest. And if you hover in the middle, you'll see that circle, that magenta circle pop up. That means you're in the center line of the circle that you're referencing. Then place one right there. That's close enough. Hit set again. Set it kind of somewhat close to the top. And circle. Find that center line and then get it kind of close. And then finally, now my last level is a little bit lower than the top of what we drew in the assignment, but it's close enough. And then all you gotta do is go and select the circles. Now make sure that you select the circles that you drew. Don't select the profile edge, because it probably won't compute correctly. I'm going to select the 4 circles that I drew, and hit create form. I'll create that nice form. And you can either leave that other one in, but it'll probably be easiest just to delete that out. Now you're left with actually a kind of a nicer, a cleaner profile. And then when you hit finish mass, it'll create mass floors for you. And that's why it's taking forever, because it's creating all of those section cuts at each level, and there's a lot. All right, so there you go. And then back to the original intent of this video, creating a section perspective. So what you can do is create a perspective just like you would normally. So go up to view, then hit 3D view, camera, and then since it's a pretty tall building, we'll take the image from kind of far away, drag it up. And then what we'll do is, if you go back to level 1, and drop down our 3D views. So actually go back to the 3D view, sorry. Go back to the 3D view. What you'll need to do to create a section perspective is to turn on this section box. Now, I don't know if we've gone over this, so I'll review it really quick. A section box is essentially a 3-dimensional crop tool that you can use in your 3D views to take 3-dimensional section cuts through your building. So if you turn that on in a 3D view, then it will cut through wherever you're cutting, or wherever the box is cutting. It'll cut through the geometry. That way you can work on different parts of the project. I find it really helpful, especially with a complex model. to kind of filter through all the stuff and still be able to work in 3D. So to apply that to a perspective, what you got to do, go to your perspective and turn on the section box under properties. Do that. Now you can manipulate it from the perspective itself, or you can go to one of your levels and you can right click on the 3D view. So you're in floor plan level 1. You can right click on the 3D view and go down to where your show camera is, which is where you can see where you place that camera, what direction it's showing, and its extents. You can also right click, show section box, and you can have a little bit more of a control with it within the plan, because I know, especially with a lot of views that get really skewed, it might be a little difficult to see. And then you got all those. So, play with it, play with the graphics, make it look nice, maybe do more of a close-up view with the section box. But I just want you guys to start getting into the practice, because they eventually, with a project that you've detailed really fully and have a really nice clean model of, you'll want to use these kind of views to show a lot of information in one. So instead of creating your typical section that's kind of 2D, it might not have it as much depth as you want, you can create these section perspectives that both show how the interior space feels, how what the spatial qualities of the building are, as well as showing those sectional properties like the plenum space, where your inside outside is, how tall your spaces are, etc. So we're gonna probably be beginning to utilize the section perspective a little bit more in the coming assignments. So make sure that you get a full understanding of this, and as always, let me know if you have any questions.